Hi, I'm Alex McCabe and I'm the Learning Development Officer at Dennis Eagle. A big warm welcome to our Learning at Work Festival. Today I'm going to be talking about health and safety and the role that plays at Dennis Eagle. I'm actually joined by our Health and Safety Manager, Richard Young. Hi Richard, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks. Are you?
Yes, really good, thank you, and thanks for joining us today.
Oh no, thanks for having me.
Are you able to tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at Dennis Eagle?
Sure, I'd love to. It's been a really interesting journey. I've been at Dennis Eagle now for 24 years, all of which I've been the Health and Safety Manager. Over the years, I've seen the company grow and evolve, and it's been a privilege to be part of a health and safety culture in a business that's been growing and expanding.
24 years, that's a long tenure, isn't it?
It certainly is. It doesn't feel long, but when you put it like that, it seems amazing actually. But I think it just shows the strength and breadth of the organisation and its culture and its people. It's kept me fascinated and interested for me to be there so long.
And we're just going to ask a couple of questions today around health and safety and everything that kind of goes into that.
Sure.
Are you able to talk to us about raising awareness and having the right training in place to mitigate risks?
Sure, I'd love to. Obviously, an organisation as wide and as nebulous as Dennis Eagle, it's paramount that training and the safety of people are foremost. I think from my perspective, training starts when people walk through the door as part of their onboarding process. So it's critical that we have a process and we have the right policies and procedures when we induct people into the business, that we can give them the appropriate information to make sure that we can maintain their well-being and ensure that they're appropriately safeguarded. It goes all the way through from our online interactive induction program that we have for people. That has questions and answers so we can gauge their understanding, all the way through to the managers' inductions where the managers themselves are required to show their staff the salient parts of health and safety associated with their operations and their activities, all the way through to on-the-job training. So it's critical that these steps are followed every step of the way through the process and follow people through the business, not just at the inductory stage, but throughout their tenure at Dennis Eagle.
Yeah. So that's great as well, isn't it? Having that practical approach to health and safety as well as the e-learning.
Yeah, it certainly is. It needs to be a process that's easy for people to digest, particularly with the amount of legislation and regulations that are out there. It'd be easy to get lost in all that information. So one of the things that we try and do at Dennis Eagle is to ensure that the information is streamlined so that we can impart that information relatively easy to the staff so they understand what their responsibilities are and the importance of safety. So
what's our plan then in terms of a health and safety strategy or our roadmap?
Yeah, sure. We've put together a health and safety roadmap because I think it's important that we're transparent to the organisation in terms of what our goals and objectives are. The beauty of a roadmap is it lays it out very, very simply, so it's very easy to understand. And so what it focuses on is the things that we're currently working on to improve health and safety, what we're looking to move on to next, and then what we're looking to work on in the future, so more of our long-term aspirational goals. So it kind of sets the scene really. So I'm glad to say that, in terms of the things that we're working on now as a business, we're growing our team, which is fantastic because when I joined all those 24 years ago, which as you quite rightfully put is a long tenure, the business has grown threefold since then. I'm glad to say, it just shows the health of the business and that it's grown exponentially. And so it's important to grow the safety team as well, so we can ensure that we continue to meet our responsibilities to provide a safe working environment and to promote a safe working environment. So those are the things that we currently have put in place, and we continue to fine-tune that, which is fantastic. Because if you think about our organisation, it covers our operations in terms of OE and where we manufacture our cabs at Blackpool and Warwick, where we do the main proportion of the build, and then we've got all our aftermarket operations as well. And so when you look at the length and breadth of that, it's quite a wide responsibility in terms of health and safety to manage and monitor. So it is essential that we have a team to support that. in terms of the things that we're looking at moving on next, we're looking at streamlining our policies and our processes even further, because we want to make that information stream even easier for people to assimilate and understand and take on board. And then the things that we're working on down the line is more technology based. And so looking at how we can look at, for example, personal monitoring devices, so we can go a step further. Can we monitor people's biological rhythms? I'm wearing a smartwatch, for example, and it tells me my O2 levels, my stress levels.
Yeah.
So this is sort of information that we can potentially lean upon. So we can identify in our processes, potentially what's creating stress, what people are being exposed to in terms of noise or vibration. So there's lots of things that we can do from a technological point of view to sort of take us to that next level.
And that's really interesting, isn't it? I think it's really great to see that clear vision of where we are now and then where we're looking to in the future.
I think it demonstrates that we're not prepared to stand still. And again, it's reflected in the fact that we are currently going through our gap analysis for ISO 45001, which is the occupational health and safety management system, which basically enables companies to maintain and enhance and promote their management systems surrounding health and well-being. So we're currently undertaking audits across the business. Yeah. I'm glad to say that it's looking in good shape, which is a good sign. Good. Yeah. We've only a few minor gaps really, which we can really easily overcome. But for me, I think it just demonstrates the commitment that the company is showing, that it wants to take us to that next level. We're not prepared to stand still and just be satisfied with the status quo. Yeah. We're always looking to see what we can do, because at the core of our business is obviously our people and our customers. Mm-hmm. And so if we get that right, it means that we can continue to provide a safe, compliant and high quality product for our customers, and also deliver fantastic training, not only internally for our own staff, but also at the customer level as well.
So thanks, Richard, for joining us and sharing your insights on such an important topic.
No, it's been my pleasure. I hope that I've been able to give you a bit of an insight into health and safety. It has many facets to it, but hopefully I've provided a little bit of an overview, particularly in an organisation such as Dennis Eagle that is quite vast and quite an organic organisation. So things are forever changing, and we're having to keep pace with these things. So I'm glad that you've taken time out to hear our story.